everybody. It is Wednesday, December 28th, and or December 27th. Oh my God, don't push the year. My name is Maria Leggett, and I am coming to you live from Dayton, Ohio. And I'm super happy to be on here with all of you. I hope everybody had an amazing holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas or Yule or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah, whatever your chosen holiday is. I hope you have had a fabulous and wonderful season. And I hope you were all surrounded by people who loved you. And if you were alone, please know that your crossover loved ones on the other side were there with you, celebrating you and loving you and surrounding you with their own gifts from the other side. And hopefully you were able to see some of the signs that they were around. Thank you for joining me tonight. I want to talk about, I have a root chakra class that I've just released, and it's absolutely amazing. And if you don't know anything about the root chakra, I have a free chakra basics so that you can begin to learn about your chakras. So are you ready to dive deep into your chakra system and unlock the secrets of your inner self? Look no further than my amazing root chakra course. You can find this course at templeofthesacredcircle.org. It is under spiritual education, and it is an absolutely wonderful course that's going to teach you the stage of development of your chakra, because each chakra begins at a different stage in your life. And the root chakra is where it all begins, which is why it is the first chakra. And we'll talk about the stage of development, what can affect it during the development, and all of those things that we carry epigenetically down in our RNA, in our bodies, and the things that we agreed to do when we came in here for our soul contracts. And you're also going to be able to learn what you can do and how you can use herbs and crystals to help you walk through opening up your crown chakra, your root chakra, and allowing you to feel safe and comfortable in this world. The root chakra is all about your safety here in this world. And do I belong? So it's a sense of belonging. So I want to welcome Tammy to the show. How are you this evening? Oh, Albert
Good.
Lee. Okay.
Yes.
Tammy, yes.
Good.
How are you?
Yep. Good. What's that?
How may I help you this evening?
Oh, I was just wondering, I'm kind of I have a question, career and relationship wise, because I just got out of a relationship and now I'm in the last phase, and now I'm hopefully starting a new career, and I don't know, I just need guidance, hopefully, or.
Well, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. It's interesting. As soon as you start talking, I hear the word rebirth. You're in a phase where you're rebirthing everything about yourself. And Spirit is showing this to me as though both of your relationships before, the work relationship and the personal relationship, were not beneficial to your spiritual growth and your emotional growth. Does that make sense? They were both holding you back.
Yeah. Correct. Yeah.
And you are now at a space where it's as if somebody has taken the weighted blanket off, and now I can breathe. I can actually breathe, and I don't feel so claustrophobic. I couldn't think of the word. I don't feel so claustrophobic. I can breathe, and I am grateful for this. I'm sorry?
Peace, yeah. Yeah, finally,
Yeah.
have peace around it. I miss them around, but I'm grateful for the peace that I finally have. So
Yeah. And they're showing it to me as though, remember when you are in that I miss mode and those emotions, that Spirit is showing it to me as though what you really miss is the companionship more so than the actual person. And to know that now that you have cleared that energy out, it is time for you to take a pause for at least the next 6 months and just breathe, and try not to sit down and start manifesting who's the next person, because they're showing me that there are things that are important for you to begin learning about yourself. learning, what do I like to do in the peace and quiet? Where do I want to go for dinner without someone else telling me where I have to go? What do I enjoy? Learning who you are as a person outside of a relationship is really important for you because it's also going to be able to help you professionally in that you're finding who you are. And in order to find who you are, it's going to help you find your path. And the path has
So do
only
you think
become
starting a new job is a good thing as well?
yes, absolutely. Absolutely. It's interesting though. I want to tell you that the job you're starting is going to be an interim job between this and the next thing that you're going to be ready for. And it's not like it's a short period of time, it's at least a year, but it's not the final place that you're going to land forever. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. That's good
Yeah,
news
it's
because it's not something I'd want to forever for sure.
yep, nope, it's definitely
A
not your
foot in the
permanent
door.
landing place. Yep, it is something temporary to get you where you need to be. And Spirit says that it's really important for you to begin trusting that they are going to provide you with the abundance that you need and to be able to sit down and go, okay, here's what I need to make my budget this month. Bring me at least this much. And they'll make sure that you always have what you need to cover your basics. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes, that'd be
Um,
that's that's good to know.
yeah, because they're showing it to me as though, things are different since you don't have another person sharing with some of your bills. And it doesn't feel like everything was half and half anyway, but it feels as though
Right,
you would definitely miss some of the input. Does that make sense?
right, for sure.
And so they just want you to know that just to keep manifesting, financially, this is what I need this month, and trust that it's always going to be there for you. Because they're showing it to me as though this is you've kind of gotten used to this because sometimes you'll run things a little close, but magically the money always appears when it needs to. And they're happy
Well,
to
yeah,
continue doing that for you. Yeah. And they're happy to continue doing that for you because you're grateful for it every time it happens. They show it to me as though when it
gotcha.
happens, you go, oh my gosh, I can't believe this. I can't believe it happened again. This is amazing. And they want you to continue sitting in that saying thank you. And that's why they always do it because it's not an expectation. It's a, oh, here I am in this bind. And then boom, they will always take care of you. And continue to be open to receive from different paths, different areas. And I don't know why this is important, but they're showing me to be open to speak to people in like coffee shops. I mean, I go and get tea every day, so I'm always in a tea shop. I don't know why I go do it every day, but I do. Um, and to be open to talking to strangers because it is a way for you to become comfortable using your voice more rather than trying to hide back in the corner. And it's really important that you start recognizing that you don't have to be shy and be quiet all of the time, to just start coming out and saying hi to people randomly because you never know who you're going to help on the other end of that hello. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Um, okay, yes, I will. What other question do you have?
So how about like for my daughters? Like I have two daughters, and I just always worry, especially about like the oldest one. And do like you have any guidance or anything to like help me to help better everything for everyone?
Yeah, yeah. Um, let them see you. Let them see you be vulnerable when you need to be vulnerable. Spirit is showing it to me as though maybe when you were a child, but somehow along the way, you were taught that it's not okay to be vulnerable and show your feelings to the younger people. We have to be strong for them. Being strong for them can also include being vulnerable and letting them know that it is okay to have emotions. It is okay to cry and not to say to them, We have to be strong, girls. Don't cry. Allow them to cry because it's important for them to be able to speak the things that they want to speak. Um, because there will be things that will come in the future. And if you allow them to be vulnerable and speak their truth now, later when it becomes really important, they're going to know that they can come to you and you're going to be a safety zone for them in order to share what they're experiencing at school and with boys and with any partner that they may come across. Knowing that you're going to be open enough to allow them to be vulnerable with you and trust you with that information. Does that make sense?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I've been trying to be for the most part. And unfortunately,
Yeah.
they have
And
seen me as like my vulnerable, and they have been strong for me. Yeah, like
well, and
yeah,
tell them you don't have to be strong for me. You know what? We can cry together and it's okay. Right? And make yourself a
right.
cup of tea and make them a cup of, whatever it is that they like to drink. My grandson likes to drink tea and so does my granddaughter. And we can just sit there and, watch a movie and put on something where you can cry together and make it something that you do together as a family. It's just important for them to know that the nucleus of who they are isn't shifting, even though their home is shifting. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can do
yeah,
that by uh, making sure that you stick to a routine, like a specific bedtime for one and then a bedtime for the next one. And then making sure also, Spirit is showing me that you set aside at least a half an hour a week to spend with each one of them alone to do something that they want to do, whether it's a game or something else like that, and allow them to know that they are just as important now as they were before.
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty
Awesome.
sure they still know that. But yeah, it's still good to remind. And yeah, for sure,
Good.
do
Thank you
stuff
so
for
much,
them.
Tammy, for joining the show. I really appreciate it. And I'm so glad that you called in. I wish you all the best of luck and I hope you have an amazing new year. Thank you so
Yeah,
much to everyone who's here on the show. Thank you for joining me this evening. If you would like to book a one on one reading with me, you can go to marialeggett.com right down here below. And if you're online listening, it's marialeggett.com, MariaLeggett.com. Have an amazing new year, everybody. Take care.